far. This crisis affects all of us. It slows down our economy, mostly. As you can see, in many countries, because people are actually fleeing and not helping out their community, and not helping out in their countries by saying, I'll find jobs elsewhere. We find a job elsewhere, and will grow in the other country, but then the country where we come from is still underdeveloped. It's underdeveloped because there are no youngsters in that country to actually develop the place. That's why we need to work with the government, help graduates, and hopefully find solutions through their talents and what they can actually do. And from there, we can grow cities in Africa as a whole. Because as we can see, it slows down our economy, increases crimes, and at the end creates frustration among youth. But the good news is, we can fix it. We can actually fix it by improving our education. Like I said, we can fix it by improving our education, supporting entrepreneurship, and encouraging public and private partnerships. So you don't really have to finish and find jobs in the company. You can start by your own, mostly. That's our main objective. It's seeing what you can do by yourself and involving the government into your workspace, so you can get enough funding to actually move, not stay stagnant in one spot, thinking one day it will work out. Because we've seen in our countries, most youth actually finish bad. Like we saw in the previous presentation, we talked about drug addicts and stuff, and most of them actually finish there. And with our program, I see us actually making a big change. And in my closing stage, I'll just say, let's invest in Africa youth. If we provide the right tools and opportunities, they will drive Africa's growth and innovate, and we will see prosperity in Africa. Thank you.
Welcome. So, for your project, we can see that you are not just an implementer, because it shows that somehow your project is based on what the government will decide.
Yes.
Because I've seen that it's almost totally dependent to the government. Yeah. Suppose that you've done it. You take it to the government officers and they say there is no need to implement that because we have another project which is similar to this one.
The problem is, obviously there are other projects, but then are they doing their job? With the corruption in Africa, we see a lot of projects have been mentioned. We're helping youth, but then due to corruption, it's not really working out. But then I say, if we manage to get at least 5 countries to take our program, other countries will see the effects and will want to encourage their youth, so it becomes a balanced out system for everyone in Africa. Hopefully I'm being understood when I say that a balanced out system in Africa, because the main problem is getting enough funds to actually do the project without the government is most likely impossible enough at this point. Because I can't say I'm the first person to think about it. There have been others who thought about it, but because the government is always, it's not 100% clear, because there's some benefits they are having through the science and all, due to corruption itself. It doesn't work out without the government. So what I'm saying here, is that when you take the project to the government, it's for the people. It's not only for. I'm not going there as a director. I'm going there as a voice of youths. And most likely, you start the movement by taking youth that finished high school. That's why I was insisting with graduates.
Do you think there can be another way apart from that of taking your project to the government? Can there be another way of implementing your project without involving the government?
Yes.
Without directly involving the government?
It can, but then the main issue is will it last as much? As in, I can say.
How much do you need, for example?
An average million plus.
Million plus.
Million plus.
Kenyan shillings or dollars?
In dollars, we put it in Kenyan shillings, it's around 100 and something, 130.
And how many people will be benefiting from the project?
The project mostly, what I'm visualizing, the project is not only for the local communities, but the entire country. So,
how many people?
You cannot estimate millions.
No, you must be specific because no one is gonna give his 100. No one is gonna give his $1 million without knowing how many people will be helping from the project.
That's the reason why I said that. That's the reason why I said we need the government to intervene in it.
No, even if you are presenting your project to the government, you must be specific. How many people? For the project to be realistic, you must come out with the numbers. So what are the numbers? The numbers are those people who will be helped from or who will be benefiting from that project. You must be specific. For example, the country has maybe 40 millions, or the country has 10 millions. So from those 10 millions, how many youth live there? How many youth will be benefited? Because even if you talked about youth, it's not everyone.
It's not everyone.
Yeah.
I specifically said graduates. At least have graduates that have jobs.
So how many graduates? Then if we talk about graduates, how many graduates are we targeting?
The graduates under the age of 25.
Maybe you may say 30% of all the graduates, 20% of all.
When you see 20%, we can see the actual numbers. We cannot see the actual numbers.
Why did I say that? Why do I say that? If you say 20% of graduates, someone may come and say, for example, in Kenya, maybe they have 300,000 graduates each year. Then you can do 20% from
there, maybe I can actually say 60% in terms of global in Africa as in the continent, 60%.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long will it take?
The project itself, within two to 3 years max, because the first 2 years, it's actually seeing if the project will actually prosper. The first 2 years. Because the first 2 years, it's trying to encourage people to be active in the system. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm done. Eva, do you want to do now? Or next? Si tu es prêt, ok. Si tu n'es pas prêt, on va faire prochainement.